Good afternoon, friends. In this video, I would like to discuss the topics related to lathe attachments. Before going into the details of the lathe attachments, first of all, let us understand what is the purpose of an attachment. The main purpose of an attachment is to improve the cutting capabilities of any machine tool. Let us understand this with an example corresponding to the lathe machine. The main purpose of the lathe machine is to reduce the diameter of the work part, that is the cylindrical work part, by performing the turning operation. But if you want to perform the operations like grinding operation, milling operation, taper cutting operation, or if you want to generate complex profiles like concave shape, convex shape, spherical shape, all these things can be done on the lathe machine, but by using the attachments. Okay, so let us start this topic with taper turning attachment. The main purpose of the taper turning attachment is to produce taper cuts on the cylindrical work parts. That means we need to convert the cylindrical work part into conical shape work part. So let us say this is what the conical shape work part, and this is what the axis of the work part. And here, if I want to generate this kind of surface, then the cutting tool has to move along this inclined direction, that is inclined to the lathe axis. This is the lathe axis or the job axis. Here I am assuming both the lathe axis and job axis are coinciding with each other. In order to achieve this kind of movement, I need to move the tool vertically downwards. At the same time, I need to move the tool in the horizontal direction also. What it means? It means both the cross feed and longitudinal feed are provided simultaneously to the cutting tool so that the cutting tool can travel along the inclined path with respect to the lathe axis. This can be done by the skilled operator who can able to control both the cross feed and longitudinal feed simultaneously. But if you want to achieve the same thing on the lathe machine, then we need this taper turning attachment. And this taper turning attachment is placed on the saddle. On the top of the saddle, we are placing this cross slide. On the top of the cross slide, we are placing the compound rest. On the top of the compound rest, we are placing the tool post. And this tool post is holding the single point cutting tool. And this tool, that is this single point cutting tool, is coming in contact with the work part while performing the machining operation. The first step which we want to do whenever we are using this taper turning attachment is, first we need to delink this cross slide with the saddle. And this cross slide is connected to this guide block by using this member through this pin. This is what the pin which is used to connect the member and this guide block. And the other parts related to this taper turning attachment are guide bar and bracket. Okay, and here this guide bar is positioned in an inclined way with respect to the bracket by using some pivot joints which was shown here. And this is what the position which is equal to the half of the taper angle. Half of the taper angle taper which is related to the taper turning operation. And here what the guide block is going to do, guide block is going to move along this guide bar along this inclined direction, and this movement will decide the movement of the cross slide. That means the cross feed movement is controlled by the movement of the guide block, and in this particular operation the longitudinal feed is provided by the operator. That can be done manually or it can be done automatically by using the rack and pinion mechanism. Okay, so in this way we can able to do the taper turning operation by using this taper turning attachment. So let me show you the video which I collected from the YouTube source. And here this taper turning attachment is typically recommended for long taper cuts which may be external or internal, but there is a serious limitation that the taper angle is limited to 6 to 7 degrees only. And what are the longitudinal feed which we are providing during this operation, that can be manual or automatic. And this is what the animation which is related to this taper turning operation, and these are the parts related to this taper turning operation. This is what the guide bar, which can be positioned in an inclined fashion with respect to the bracket, and this cross slide is connected to the sliding block by using the clamp. And here we are delinking the cross slide from the saddle, and whenever we are providing the longitudinal feed, the cutting tool is moving in an inclined fashion because of the cross feed movement which is given by the movement of the guide block. In this way we can able to achieve the taper cuts on the lathe machine by using this taper turning attachment. Now let us move to the next topic related to the copy turning attachment. This copy turning attachment is very much similar to the taper turning attachment, but the only difference is the taper turning operation or taper turning attachment, we are getting the cross feed movement that is decided by the movement of the guide block, whereas in copy turning attachment, this cross feed movement is decided by the movement of the stylus across the template. That is the major difference. So what is the template here? The template is provided with a shape which you want to produce on the work part. Let us understand this. If I want to produce this particular shape on the work part, then the template is also provided with that particular shape. This is what the shape. And this template is connected to the lathe bed guide, that is what shown here. And this copy turning attachment is placed on the saddle. Okay. And this particular thing is acting like a cross slide, which is holding the single point cutting tool. And here this stylus, this is what the stylus, which is tracing its path along this template surface. And here you can see whenever this cutting tool is not in contact with the work part, then the stylus will lose its contact with respect to the template because of the spring action. Okay, but during the machining operation, what happens is the cross feed movement is decided by the movement of the stylus across this template. And what the operator will do, operator will simply provide the longitudinal feed. But what are the cross feed movement that is required to generate that particular surface is decided by the movement of the stylus along this template. And the template is provided with the shape of the profile which you want to generate on the work part. But what is the major difference between the copying attachment and this taper turning attachment is, in taper turning attachment we can able to get the inclined cuts which are straight in nature, whereas in copy turning attachment we can generate different kinds of profiles, that may be the concave shape, convex shape, or you can also generate the inclined tapered cuts. But all these things will depend upon what? It will depend upon the shape of the template. And there is a serious limitation related to this mechanical tape copying attachment, that is whenever we are performing the cutting operation, there is large amount of cutting forces which are generated at the tool tip, and that force will be transmitted back to this template through this stylus tip. Because of this, what happens, that the tip of the stylus is going to be damaged because of wear and tear that is taking place during its movement. So because of that, what happens, if the tip is damaged, then automatically the movement of the tip is deciding the profile which I want to generate on the work part. If this tip is damaged, if the tip has lost its shape, then automatically the same thing is reflected back on the work part, and so the generated workpiece surface may not be accurate enough. In order to avoid this, we are going to use the hydraulic attachment. Okay, So before going to the hydraulic attachment, let me show you the animation related to this. And here you can see this is what the template, which is having the shape of the profile which I want to generate on the work part. And this is what the stylus, which is actually moving along this template, and that is what deciding the cross feed movement of the cutting tool. And here the longitudinal feed movement can be provided either by the operator, or that is manually, or automatically by using the lathe machine. And here you can see the what are the disadvantage which we said in the mechanical copying attachment that can be overcome by using this hydraulic copying attachment. In this hydraulic copying attachment, here also we are having the template. The template is having the shape or the profile which I want to generate on the work part. This is what's shown here. And the cutting tool is connected to this cylinder. And the cylinder, we have two piston arrangements. And the movement of the piston is controlled by the movement of the stylus. Here, once the cutting fluid is entered in this way, that will be held in this location. But whether that will be moved to the other cylinder or not, that is decided by the movement of the blocks. Okay, there are two walls here. That is what shown here. Okay, so whenever the stylus is moving in the downward direction here, okay, in order to generate that kind of profile, the stylus has to move in the downward direction. When the stylus is moving in the downward direction, then the block is going to move in the downward direction, which will open the valve. When the valve is opened, then what are the fluid that is there that will be entered in this way? Okay, here we are having the valve. The fluid will be entered into this, and it will offer the pressure on the piston. And when the piston is moving in the upward direction, automatically the cylinder will move in the downward direction, and so you can able to generate this kind of profile on the work part. Okay, so what are the disadvantage which we said? Here also, what are the cutting forces that are transmitted during the cutting operation that will be transmitted to the stylus at this contact tip. And here also the forces are transmitted, but the amount of or the magnitude of force that is transmitted to the stylus tip can be reduced because of this, the hydraulic fluid which is present here. Okay, because the cutting force is transmitted through the fluid to this stylus, and so the amount of force is reduced. So the wear and tear which is taking place at the stylus end can be reduced, but we can't avoid this wear and tear. That can be reduced to some extent. That is what the use of this hydraulic copying attachment. The point you need to understand here is, here also we are providing the longitudinal feed, but the cross feed movement is decided by the movement of the stylus, which is controlling the valve opening. Okay, that is what the important difference between the hydraulic copying attachment and the mechanical copying attachment. Now let us move to the next topic, which is related to the milling attachment. In this milling attachment, we are placing this attachment directly on the saddle, and this is what the milling cutter, peripheral milling cutter, which is rotated. That cutting tool, milling cutter, is rotated by using a separate motor which is placed on this attachment. So what we can do is, we can perform the milling operations on the lathe machine by using this kind of attachment. And in this particular figure, they are showing the operation related to the slot making on the work part, producing the slot on the work part. Here work part is held between the centers, okay, which is not provided with any kind of motion, but the cutting tool, that is the milling cutter, is provided with the longitudinal feed motion, so that you can able to generate the slot or keyway along the axis of the work part. Okay, you can also perform other kind of milling operations on this lathe machine by using this milling attachment. Now let us move to the other topic, which is called as the spherical turning attachment. And this spherical turning attachment is placed on the saddle. Okay, this is what the attachment which is placed on the saddle. Okay, and here what we can do is, we are having the template, which is nothing but the shape or the profile which I want to generate on the work part. and in place of stylus we are having the roller, and this roller is connected to the cutting tool. In this spherical turning operation, what we will do is, in this operation we will provide the cross feed movement to the cutting tool by the operator that can be done manually or automatically. And here the longitudinal feed motion that is provided by the attachment, spherical turning attachment, that is done by the movement of this roller across this template. Before performing this kind of operation, first of all what we need to do, we need to de-link the longitudinal feed rod and the lead screw from the carriage, so that the carriage can be moved with respect to the movement of the with the movement of the roller on the template. In this way we can able to generate the spherical surface on the work part. In this operation the work part is having the rotation with respect to the cutting tool movement. This can also be done without using any template also, that is what shown in this figure. Okay, but what are the attachment which was shown here that has to be rotated? Okay, the work part is rotating, this attachment is also rotated, so that you can able to generate the spherical surface on the work part. But this is decided by what? This is decided by the distance between the axis of rotation of the attachment with respect to the tool tip, that is Ri. This Ri is called as the radius of curvature which we want to achieve on the work part. Okay, this is what the radius of curvature which you want to achieve on the work part. Okay, this is what the spherical turning with and without template. Next topic is relieving lathe attachment. This relieving lathe attachment is typically used to produce the flank surface. This is what the flank surface on the milling cutters, and this flank surface will follow the Archimedean spiral shape. And how this can be done? This can be achieved by using cam and follower mechanism. This is what the cam, the profile of the cam which is and the profile of the cam is designed based on the Archimedean spiral, and that is coming in contact with the follower. This is what the follower, and the follower is connected to the tool at this location, and this tool is spring loaded, that is what shown here. When this cam is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, the profile, that is the shape of the cam, will decide the movement of the follower, that is this cross feed movement. Okay, what it means is we need to move the cutting tool in the cross feed direction in a particular fashion. That means at a particular angular movement of the work part, we need to move delta x distance in the cross feed direction. Okay, so that means at a particular angle theta, let us say 30 degrees movement or 10 degrees movement, delta x is equal to 0.2 mm or 0.02 mm. This is what the moment which I need to get at that particular angular movement of the work part. And how that can be done? That can be achieved by using this cam and follower mechanism. Okay, and this is all related to the attachments which are used on the lathe machine. Thank you.